Ghost.
Andre.
Ergoff.
Dr. G.
Graf.
Jean-Pierre de Leon de Saint-Fleur Ergoff the third.
Oh, God.
Is actually the fourth.
No one calls you that. No one calls
That's
you
because
that.
nobody can remember it.
When I first started listening to him, he did that. I was like, oh my god,
Bro, I'm telling you, that shit is regal.
Yeah.
No.
It is regal.
Thank you.
No.
You know, I try to work hard at that alias. I've had it since college.
We.
Exactly.
Wait till I put out the video of him talking about the foreskin, like for 5 minutes.
What foreskin? I wasn't talking about no foreskin.
Listen, I got.
Yeah, that's an episode. That's an episode.
I got the sound.
We literally invented the Lemon Pepper Boys that day.
Oh yeah. Okay, yeah, we did. Yeah, that was.
Was that the day we invented the Lemon Pepper Boys?
That was the day we invented Lemon Pepper.
Did you explain to her what lemon pepper meant?
No, and I will not. This is a discussion for another.
Not yet.
Okay.
Like we're gonna sit there and pretend like we don't know what lemon pepper means.
Yeah.
we don't. We're not going to acknowledge that. So
I'm so curious right now.
okay, so we were
It's a discussion. No, it's a discussion for another time. It's a discussion for another
Oh,
time.
I was gonna go right.
What do you mean another time? Like,
Another
like,
time.
like this is the perfect time to have that discussion on like what?
Yeah, from
Like-
a woman's
like-
perspective.
From
You know, yeah.
exactly.
From a woman's perspective.
Oh, okay.
We always wanted this. We've been asking for this for a long time.
Right.
Okay,
We might have
okay.
our co-host
Yeah.
here.
So-
We never know.
Okay.
So like one thing I noticed from like the Joe Budden podcast, I was telling Ghost about this the other day. I was like, when I was listening to the other two complain about the Joe Budden podcast, they were like, at one point Joe wanted to have a female on the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So I was like, damn, like we've been talking about that for over a year. It's like us and the Joe Budden podcast are so similar and
Does this mean I get
This
paid
and
more
that.
now that I brought her in? I could be like talent and acquisitions as well.
you
As
get paid?
co-founder.
I thought we was getting paid every time we mentioned South Beach beer.
Right.
Listen,
We
the
still
check
waiting
is
for
in
that.
the mail.
Like,
for over a year. What is it going? Literal snail mail?
Listen, when I come up,
Look,
you come up.
Do you know how much ridicule I got at work for like almost 7 months because my beard? Like they were like, "When you gonna shave it? When you gonna shave it?" And I'm like, "My homie got a beard company. Like we're doing beard oil. You know, I'm doing this for him. But it's ugly. I'm like, I don't care what
But
you
it wasn't.
think.
You look
I-
magnificent in your mane.
I
But in
understand.
the corporate world.
In corporate America, they want you baby faced.
Right. Fuck them.
Like even when you're 50 years old, they want you baby faced.
Listen, we're gonna do a campaign against anti-beard
Wait,
culture.
but do you think that like, all right, so when corporate America wants you baby faced, and it's like, oh, we got to be smooth shaven. Is that why we like project that image on females?
I don't really care if my female shit.
Oh,
don't care if
you don't care if she
So-
shaves or
So
not?
she come up with like a full blown mustache.
No,
or
no,
a
no,
whistle?
no. I was not talking about that. You know, like scorch the earth, like. It's weird that like you expect something and then they hit you with that.
Oh wow.
So before we start the podcast, I want to give a shout out, right, to all the Eskimo brothers out there.
Eskimo. Oh.
What does that mean again? Explain to me. It's been a
Had
while.
sex with the same girl as someone else.
Huh? That's what that means?
Yeah.
Yes.
You didn't know that?
You never watched the league?
No, you always told me to watch it.
For a dude that likes fantasy football, I'm surprised you never watched the league.
Yeah.
It's a
So the
great show.
league is a show about dudes that play fantasy football together. It's a group of friends and they play fantasy football together. But there's one guy, he's just out there. His
Yeah.
name is Taco,
Yeah.
right? So he's like, yo, like you're my Eskimo brother. It's like, what's Eskimo brother?
What's
It's
the
like,
database called?
the
EBDB or
yeah,
whatever?
the EBDB, the Eskimo Brother Database. Right? So it was like this thing that he made. It was literally about all like your Eskimo brother if you had sex with the same chick. So like he was like an Eskimo brother with like who was it? It was a wide receiver.
Okay.
Yeah, I remember.
And it was like you know him? It was like, yeah, he's my Eskimo brother. And they would like dap up and shit. Like they were Eskimo
Wow.
brothers.
Oh, that's a thing?
Like you ever know somebody like y'all slept with the same chick?
I never want to. I can't do it.
Like you never known somebody like you. Like,
I don't want to know.
Very true.
That's like if I knew you slept with a girl. No. Because you're gonna be comparing the whole time. You're gonna be like, "Oh, my dick bigger than yours."
So no. That brings up a great situation because, like, you know, in the situation, you know, like just as time is given us, it was like I know for a fact that most chicks you deal with, or you know, like if in the reverse, most people you deal with not virgins, right?
Yes.
So it's cool. Like, you know, I don't need to know your past or whatever, but it's like when I start knowing, like even if I knew a chick had only been with 5 dudes her whole life, she was 30 years old. But if I knew those 5 dudes,
It would be different.
it weighs a lot more than a chick been 15 dudes that I had no idea who they were.
Oh. Interesting.
Interesting.
You don't think that's a factor?
I didn't think about it.
I've never personally been there where I've like been with a chick that I know somebody else has been with, but I know chicks that I could be with that have been with other dudes that I know about, and it's like, nah, I'm straight.
I mean, why? Why though?
It must be an ego thing. Like it's got to be ego, because like I don't know. Like it's just something about it is not right. Like you could be. I know the past is the past, and I like to plead ignorance.
Yep.
So like prime example is my aunt. My aunt, she go through the cancer and you know, she got treatment and shit. And I can't stand medical shit. Yeah. So it's like really I just want to know, are you okay or you're not okay?
Okay.
If you're okay, cool. If you're not okay, what can I do to help you? Mm-hmm. But she likes to pull out her colostomy bag and be like, look at my bag. Like, and I'm like, yo, look, I don't want to know.
So it's better you just not know.
I don't want to know. So it's like, when it comes to that, it's like...
So you want to walk around in a constant fog of ignorant bliss.
Exactly.
That's not a conversation you have in the beginning.
Scott
You don't have that
Pilgrim
conversation.
No. I could care less.
Whoa.
I could care less if you've been with 5 or 15.
So you never ask body count?
No.
Oh, okay.
I don't think you should ask body count.
No. Body
But you're
count.
still going to multiply regardless.
No,
just why did you don't ask body count?
That's the thing. The J. Cole song, right?
Yeah.
Whatever she say, you got to multiply by 3.
3. Yeah.
But it's like I don't care. Like I hope my body count don't count, and I don't care about your body count. But it's like when I know, like you was with 3 dudes that I know. You know, it's.
I think
it's a little suspect at that point.
I think because what I went through with my body image issues, I started putting that kind of ego stuff to the side so it doesn't bother me as much now. Because once I started accepting myself, then
I could accept myself. Like I just
the rest was.
It's like
that was the hardest.
If I was gonna sell you a used car, and I'm gonna quote Kevin Samuels on this, right? And I said the car was used, but it was in great condition.
Okay, go ahead.
No, if I was going to sell you a used car, I said the car's in great condition, everything works. Do you really care how many miles are on it?
Hell yeah.
No. I'm a mechanic. I'll just fix that shit up.
It's in great condition. The leather seats are not cracked. Right? It was well kept. You know, but then it's like when you know it had 6 previous owners, it's like, whoa, what?
Listen, my last 2 cars were previous rental vehicles, so you know.
Like, but we know
the analogy is so bad.
But we know about you. We found out more about you on Sunday than I think we needed to know.
What happened Sunday?
So
this is something else y'all did that I wasn't invited to?
You were invited. You was too busy doing your beard shit.
Oh, I'm on your head top.
Hey, listen, I invited you to both. I said we're doing the podcast, and we're going to the fight. Watch the fight afterwards.
I was in Miami. You're right.
You were out there. Like I got to promote my beard company. Like
I
got to get
actually onboarding our marketing department.
I got to get real money. Like I can't play with you guys and your little play shit. No.
Didn't say none of that.
He was.
This is Joe Budden over here trying to start some shit.
No, Joe Budden never tried to start anything. All right.
Okay.
Joe Budden just tried to keep all the money to himself.
You're a Budden apologist.
I am not.
A Budden apologist.
I am not. What were we talking about again? Like
the origin of the Lemon Pepper Boys.
We deviated very far from.
we went so
All right,
far.
all right,
She's
no,
like,
no.
I'm still curious.
Yeah.
I'm completely lost. I was like, we were talking about Sunday.
Yup.
Oh no, when we found out about this guy and dripping in candle wax.
Yeah, but he was.
Oh my God! Now see, now you done opened up the
shit,
can
I
of
remember
worms.
this
So
conversation now.
let me tell you about
This should be a Patreon topic.
Actually, I think I know about the
No,
the
no,
wax.
I'm gonna give you a brief synopsis on Andre, and then we'll move on, and then maybe we'll revisit. So Andre and Ghost get along very well, right? Lemon Pepper Boys, aka my Haitian connection over
the
there,
Haitian sensation.
the Haitian sensations over there, right? So they get along well. So Hot Tub was on an episode, and then we realized that Andre and Hot Tub's like nerdiness click on another level.
Yep.
But when it was me, Hot Tub, Ghost, and Andre, all of a sudden Andre and Hot Tub were meshing. Like normally, like today, Andre and Ghost are gonna mesh.
Yes.
Right? But in that substance, when we added Hot Tub, then Andre messed with Hot Tub.
So are you saying my scales
Now-
tip more
now-
than Haitian? Is that
So
what it
when
is?
we went out to watch the fight, all of a sudden, my man Zoe was there. And Andre and Zoe started like meshing because they into that like real kinky shit.
Yeah.
He was like, "You ever had candle wax dripped on you?" Andre's like, "Yeah, I love that." It's like wow, like what? That was a look. I was like, no.
Listen,
Interesting.
listen. I told Andre we can go to the dungeon and check it out.
Like-
I want to go to the dungeon with you.
Not like that.
Why don't you like
mean-
to go? No.
Pause.
No, never.
Pause. I didn't mean like that. I need to check this shit out because it's interesting to me too.
Yo, you go on your own. I ain't going with you.
We're gonna go, and then we're gonna put that shit on
Hey,
the podcast.
It's like the strip club. You walk in, you see your priest, you nod, and you move the fuck along. Please,
You go to
Wait,
strip clubs
how
with
many
other people.
priests you seen in the strip club?
Never. but
enough to fucking nod.
That's what they always say. You see your priest at the strip
So-
club, you both
so-
know why you're there.
So with that, I want to introduce. This is beautiful, right? Because it's episode 20 of season 2021 of the Two Dev Crew podcast. Episode 20 of 2021. So we had 25 episodes in season 1. We are at episode 20 of season 2. So that puts us at like 45 episodes and 2 lost episodes. So it's like 47.
Does that mean we get to take the rest of the year off?
Technically, it would be 48 if I could bring the one from
Oh god,
the deleted episode.
we're gonna leave that
The
shit.
lost
We're
lost
gonna, we
episodes.
gonna lock that shit. Listen, we're gonna
No,
lock that shit in the
no.
lockbox.
But it deserves mention because we haven't had a female guest since that episode.
That is true.
Right? So I like the
Jesus Christ.
I like to introduce Honeybee to the viewers.
Is it Honeybee or Lady Honeybee?
Ooh.
Either way, it sounds like a stripper name.
I'm just gonna
But
call her Honey.
I mean, it is what it is.
So obviously we have a female guest today, which is great because we're gonna hit you with a ton of topics that
I'm so
That-
excited.
we need the perspective.
we need
I'm
the
ready.
female
We need
perspective
guidance.
of
Perspective.
of a,
Ready.
a,
It's a bunch of
of a ton of
testosterone
things.
sitting around here, and
I
I
So-
feel it.
So let
heavily male.
like I'm not sure how familiar you are with the podcast, but we usually do a couple regular topics. Then we'll do a Patreon exclusive. The Patreon exclusive is where we give the viewers like that real in-depth stuff. So if you got anything you need to confess, save it for the people who pay versus the people who like listen for free.
I gotcha.
You know, like we'll show you the preview of Black Panther jumping off the mountain, but we're not going to tell you what actually happened.
I gotcha.
So we're here with the Lemon Pepper Boys over there, Andre Ergoff and Ghost.
What's up?
Yeah.
I'm introducing Ergoff as a Lemon Pepper Boy, but that's
am.
still
Go back and review the footage. I
no
was
the
definitely
footage.
in
Like I know you said it,
But you don't believe it?
but I'm
bro.
Why don't you
Feel free
believe
to
We'll
it?
check
go
my
back and we'll
nightstand.
review.
Listen.
We'll go back and we'll review.
all right. What time is it right now?
It's Probably like
5:57.
Why would somebody text me right now and ask me how my night was last night?
Hey.
It's 5 p.m. Like you missed your opportunity. Like you know who the fuck you are. Please. So I mean, what's up? How y'all doing today?
I'm good, man. Good.
Everybody good? Ergoff is back.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right? He was gone last week again, with his whole South Beach Beard launch. The website is up, southbeachbeard.com. We did mention you last week.
I appreciate that.
We told him about the $31 beard oil. We told him it was premium stuff. It's not regular
Yeah, it's not that
crap.
trash.
So,
High quality.
I'm going to go ahead and give you the floor real quick before we run into some shit.
What I want to do is take some time to thank you guys for plugging
Yes.
every week. I remember one time. Remember when we did the podcast powder, and you was like, "Let me see how many times I can plug." That shit was awesome.
That was like early, like I think like season 20, episode like 6 or 7.
Yeah,
when it was like, how many times can I plug southbeachbeard.com in an episode? And I want to say I did like 7 or 8 times.
Yeah, but it was just so masterfully done. It was beautiful. Like to this day, like we might even put that shit on the website. Fuck it. Anyway, I just want to take time out to thank you guys for the support and helping. Andre came at the photo shoot and got us right.
Those photos came out dope.
Hey, thank you.
Yeah, so I've seen the website. Like, it was funny because we pulled it up at work. Like, me and Ghost, we pulled it up at work at southbeachbeard.com. And we actually saw, like, your website shows when somebody recently purchased something and where it came from. So somebody in Detroit, Michigan had purchased the Pomade. The beard styling gel. Mm-hmm. So I was like, oh shit, look, somebody just bought it. And Andre's got it up right now. It's sad that I'm not. Look, somebody in Meridian, Mississippi
That's
just
my
purchased. Like you're getting love in your hometown.
You're getting love in the hometown. I love it.
So people are buying it because it doesn't say Detroit, Michigan. And then somebody just bought the oil just now. So you guys are making money.
Yes, sir.
Where's the check?
Wait. Where's the check? That I was gonna say is where's the money?
That was a setup. Checks in the mail, guys.
Like, I feel like you're doing me like a bill collector now. Like, where is the check? The check's in the mail. Like, I've heard that shit before. Has anybody ever used that before?
Yeah.
What, the checks in the mail?
Yeah.
Nah.
No, I've never used that. I just tell them, look, what do you expect?
Like, I think that was a thing like 20 years ago when you didn't have caller ID, when people would call and it would just be a bill collector. Now it's like if you get a call from a number you don't recognize, you don't answer it.
Yep. Ooh, look at that man.
Boy.
Oh,
GQ.
Shit. Look at the boy.
Ruben Stutter.
So why you got a hat?
Found somebody better than that.
Where's the hat today?
Where's the hat?
You always got the hat.
Like I see you got your head's fresh. Like you just shaved it or something. Like I could tell. I could tell there's no stubble on it. You maybe just shaved it this morning. It's fresh. Like I see you clean.
Trimmed up the beard, whatever. It was
like me and Ghost last night was like, yo, should we get clean for this episode? I was like, nah, I'm just gonna wear this Miami Dolphin shit.
As clean goes, I could have slapped the blazer on and the hat
listen.
Like
we didn't see you showing up clean. Like we knew for a fact. We was like, all right, we're not gonna even compete with you. Right? If there's a clean man in the group, it's you. We give you that.
Listen.
No. We gave you that.
Okay,
we didn't want to fight.
You get down too now.
Hey, we're Logan Paul. We're Logan Paul. You're Floyd Mayweather. We knew you won. We just hope you hold us up when you knock us the fuck out. I don't remember
how that fight ended. I know we all walked out disappointed.
We left early. We left before it ended.
Is that why?
No. We left in the 8th round of that fight.
Yeah, we left early
because. Bro, like I didn't even realize until like looking at the clips from the fight that Mayweather knocked him the fuck out.
Yeah.
And then held him up so he wouldn't actually fall to the floor.
Yep.
Like I kept thinking that I kept thinking Logan Paul like was wrapping Floyd up every time he got knocked out. No, there was a clip. Floyd knocked him the fuck out and dude it grabbed him. So I was like, damn.
That's crazy.
But they said that fight was for both of them to win. So obviously Floyd got paid because his name brought money to the fight.
Right.
But then Logan Paul got paid because he actually lasted 8 rounds.
It
But
legitimizes his boxing career.
No. Nobody's going to take Logan Paul serious as a boxer.
Exactly. I know I didn't. If anything, I was like, don't quit your day job.
Logan Paul is a YouTube personality. He showed up with a Charizard card on his neck.
Yeah, it was dope. Come on, man. You gotta
No.
You gotta
I'm not
someone
taking
carrying their nerdness all the way through.
I'm not taking anything from Logan Paul, but like I expected a knockout. But then it's like money and politics come into play, and it was like, all right, this is a show, you know, and
They're
that's
just trying
life.
to make money and
But
egos.
that's life.
Yeah.
It's a show, right?
Yep.
Right. Chicks want to give you a show.
Yep.
Dudes want to give you a show.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and it's like, oh, well, I guess we don't play the real game anymore.
No, man.
So
me and Honeybee was just talking about it. We're not actors. We ain't trying
But neither am I. And I fucking hate being an actor at work. And we talked about this last episode. Where Ghost be telling me at work, he's like, yo, play the game. Play the game. Come on. You know, play the game. I'm like, no, I fucking hate playing the game. Like, that shit is the worst. Be the bigger man. Be the bigger man. I'm fucking tired of hearing be the bigger man and play the game. Like, if you're a bitch, I want to be able to call you a bitch and be like, yo, you acting like a bitch right now and calm down. But no, I can't do that because then I'd be wrong.
Yep.
Then you're aggressive.
Wait. So we're going to start this episode with a new segment.
Oh,
This is going to last 48 episodes.
Will it really?
It is.
Okay.
So
I like his doubtfulness.
no.
Really?
It is because there are 48 laws of the game.
Whoa.
Oh my God.
We got a book.
So we got a book. We can read. Believe me, we can read.
Yeah.
It's called Pimpology, 48 Laws of the Game.
Oh,
It's a spin-off of 48 Laws of Power.
Have you
It's-
actually read 48 Laws of Power?
Yes, I have. I have it at home. You want me to bring it for you?
No, I've
next
read
time?
it and I have.
Okay.
No, it's at my mom's house.
Okay.
But I have a copy.
But I have a physical copy of 48 Laws of Power at home. And I have the 50th Law, which is written by 50 Cent because, you know, I'm a 50 Cent fan. But also, I do read on occasion.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you're looking at me weird. Like, you're
No,
like I didn't know you motherfucker. He's like, I didn't know you
even
fucking
got his
read.
legs crossed. He's in Dr. G mode right now.
Right.
He's gonna dig into you in a minute.
Dr. G is over there. So I figured
Dr. G and Dr. B, because she's into that.
Dr. B, you're a therapist?
Going into clinical psychology.
Oh.
Clinical psychology?
We need something.
Oh,
Oh,
We
shit.
need- we need it,
All
bro.
right. Well, we got a ton of topics.
This Patreon clip is gonna be.
Hey, listen,
saucy.
we got a ton of topics, so we could hit it up. So I want to start off with every episode we're gonna read one of these laws,
Yes.
and then we're gonna dissect it.
Yes.
Right. So this is Pimpology. It's 48 Laws of the Game. Right. It's written by Pimp and Ken, and it's different laws he thought about the pimp game. Right. So you have 48 Laws of Power, which was about, you know, being in power and bettering yourself to be in a position of power
Yep.
down the road, right? So 48 Laws of the Game.
Yep.
Everybody ready for it?
We're ready.
Are you sure?
Yes.
Yes.
So I'm going to give you the law and then we're going to dissect it.
Mm.
So law number, and again, this is going 48 episodes. So every episode we're going to read a law.
Okay.
We're going to start the episodes by reading the law.
Okay.
So law number 1 is purse first, ass last. Who wants to come in first?
I'll come in first. Y'all know me. That I live my life by that right there. Like, we've had multiple conversations. When I was trying to get homegirl to rent the room, and they were like, "Oh, you trying to slap?" I'm like, "No, I'm trying to get paid. Like, that's free rent right there. I'll have her paying 60% of my rent and then pocketing the rest, right?" So I'm a firm believer. I'm a firm believer in this
Purse
rule.
first, ass last?
Yeah.
Okay. Dr. G, give me your breakdown.
Give me a second. Go ahead, Ergoff. I got to think about something.
If we're talking about simple relationships,
Now this is the 48 laws of the game.
oh well, then yeah,
Not the relationship game. Obviously,
yeah,
relationship
Not taking
game gonna be a little
relationship
different.
advice from a pimp.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Well, then absolutely. There's no question. Like, if it's just a fling, it's just some. Yeah, I got to get this bag.
Well, I mean, not even in terms of relationships. Like, I'm gonna agree where it comes to purse first, ass last.
Well, yeah.
Right. Like when you're doing anything in life, like it's got to be how you benefit yourself first. Right. Like wherever you decide to go in your financial, professional career, this and that, it's got to be purse first, ass last. How many people get caught up in a relationship, quote unquote, and then run into issues where they never pursued their dreams? Right? Because at some point, like I think it's a human flaw where we like urge or we yearn for the need of company. Mm-hmm. That will put our own personal gains aside for, you know, we'll put our personal, like, this is my dream, but I may not find another person like this. So we accept, and maybe not ass in particular, but I think that we definitely do that. You know, yes. Which to me, I don't want to say he's right or wrong, but I would say that I would definitely put my career ambitions before a love interest, because if a love interest was really down for the ride, they're going to be down for the ride.
But if she's your soulmate?
But how would you know? Right? So like, how
she's going to support? She's going to be that.
Like hopefully a love like a soulmate or something like that would support you. But you know, through life will tell you, like, how many people have been with somebody, broken up, and then gotten back together, like, down the road? Obviously not Andre, because Andre don't do relationships.
I have. Several times.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I've been with somebody, I've broken up with them, and then, like, down the road, I'm like, you know what? Like, I miss you. You know, like, that feeling that I got with you wasn't, you know, I haven't felt. Get back with them, and then, like, it still don't work. So I've been there, but I would say,
like, just in general, if you're talking about, like, yourself, I feel like I've been doing this on my own. Like, it's just self-love at the end of the day, because no matter what you're doing, it's you. You know what I mean? Like, you're living your life, you're getting your cash, you're experiencing these feelings, these emotions. Mm-hmm. Nobody else is going to feel it for you, you know? It's not going to be your soulmate. Yeah, they can make you feel some type of emotion, and it's, like, going through you, but it's not you.
So, a question I'm going to ask is, what is your goal in life?
My goal?
I mean, maybe not your goal in particular. You could say about your goal, but is the goal in life to be successful or to find your soulmate?
I think it's a bit of both. I think you can do both, because there's you. I feel like a lot of people have a misconception of people that, like, I was just talking about this the other day. I feel like I have a different mentality when it comes to, and I've definitely grown up. I feel like you have to find somebody that's mature enough to be on your level. I know a lot of guys that are like, oh man, this girl, like, she doesn't understand my business, and that's why I can't be in a relationship, because she doesn't understand that I got to do my job first. But there's some boss ass bitches out there that really do the same shit and don't care about that. They'll be on the same level as you. And that's exactly what you need to find. You put that energy out, you're going to find somebody like that.
Truth.
You better preach. She better go ahead.
Wait. I'm just looking at Ghost real quick.
No, don't look at me. Don't look at me, big dog.
If I had a Bible, I'd be thumping it right now.
I don't know.
I'm just looking at Ghost. Ghost is like, damn,
man.
That's the fire.
Yeah, man.
So I know you're new to the podcast today, but Dr. G over there is our resident therapist.
Ooh.
Yeah, so he's the one.
Don't worry, he ain't got no credentials. We just call him.
Like
it's a vibe.
He hasn't been to school or anything like that. He's like a self-help therapist.
Yeah.
So, like, I call him the information superhighway. He's the original internet. Like, all the information goes through Ghost. So, like, Like anything anybody has a problem with, they go to Ghost. And then Ghost like fucking navigates the energy like, hey.
Are you like a balancer, like a mediator?
I try to be the mediator. Sometimes it does hurt. I've had this one female tell me sometimes, she's like, you putting yourself in a situation to where you could become the bad guy.
I mean, that
So
happens.
sometimes you got to play both roles. Because you're friends with both people, but you got to learn how to like navigate it in the right way.
I feel that.
So Ghost is he's always, even off the podcast, like I know like he's been new to the podcast for season 2021, but he's been there since the beginning. So when we first launched the podcast, Ghost was there. He was the first one to listen. He's like, big dog, like, I don't think you should do this. Like, this is what works. This is what doesn't. So he's always been in my corner. You know, now he's a part of the family and all that. So, like, I know he deals with that shit on a daily basis. But I know, you know, because I also work with him. Like, I know all the information goes to him. Like, every time somebody has a problem, they're like, they go to him.
Yep.
What do you think? What do you think? What do you think? What should I do? Like, I could just imagine how stressful that shit is.
It does get stressful sometimes because you gotta make sure that you, like I said, you gotta be neutral. You can't let them know like everything. Yeah, you gotta give them just enough.
But at the same point, so here we go. Like based on that, like if you're down the ride and you know that the struggle to be successful is hard, then you're down the ride.
Yeah.
Right. But if you don't understand that and you like look for love, I'm a quote unquote.
Yeah.
You may not understand what the struggle to be successful
Maybe
is.
because you just don't understand yourself. I feel like down at the end, it's you. Like, yeah, you. That's what I'm saying. Like, I've come to realize there's different personalities, there's different people, different lifestyles, different cultures, different ways of go. Like, it's just you gotta understand yourself and like look at yourself in the mirror. Be like, this is who I am. These are my mistakes. This is what I've been through.
Yep.
If I can accept it, definitely somebody else can accept it.
So it's do me before I do you.
Absolutely.
Of course, you have to.
Yep.
I experienced something that was really interesting. Like, there was a period of time where I was going through stuff in my personal life, and all the interactions with females that I had, they just ended up being toxic. And one day somebody told me, they were like, fix yourself first because hurt people attract hurt people.
Yeah.
Messed up people attract messed up people.
Do you believe that?
Yes.
And I do.
Yes.
Because
Now,
when I started working on myself.
Do you believe that now?
What do you mean?
Hurt people.
Like maybe you didn't believe that at first.
No, I didn't believe it at first because
I was gonna say like
around.
I don't believe that to this day.
I do now though because
Maybe today I believe that.
I
Stop looking at me like that, motherfucker.
I'm not looking at you. I'm not looking at you.
No, this motherfucker is looking at me a certain way.
I'm just
Look
watching
at
this, man.
I heard this really interesting thing, and it really like changed my mind on relationships. They say that in a relationship, it's like a mirror looking back at you. So whatever you're giving your partner is what you're giving your partner. So if they react a certain way, it's because what you allowed them to act that way. You know what I mean? It's like a reflection of yourself. So if you see yourself and you're like, nah, bro, I'm good. Like, that's her. Maybe it's not. If you're overreacting and you don't know how to cope with that, maybe find some ways and techniques to cope with what you're dealing with. Like if you have anger issues, okay, you got to deal with it. What do? You don't punch a fucking wall.
Are you big on therapy?
Huh? I am.
Do you think it helps or like?
I think that's why I didn't go into psychiatry. I work for a psychiatrist and I get it. Sometimes it is like medical. Sometimes it's like a actual like chemistry to it. But I feel like people don't talk or like vent.
Yeah.
Like you need that.
Do you think people are scared to?
I think it is like, because if you're scared and if you can't say it to yourself out loud,
But to me, like I think the biggest part about people is that they're scared to be themselves.
Exactly.
Because it makes them look vulnerable versus like, hey, like
that's not
like
a
we
bad
talk about
thing.
this all the time. Like me and Ghost and Andre, they'll tell me like you're toxic, you're trash, and you know what I respond to them? I'm like, I am.
But
You
at the
accept
same
That's
it.
not an excuse to then embrace your toxicity and not change.
But I know you though. That's the funny part. You put on this facade out there, but I know the true you. I'm like, dude, you're a
We all
lover
do.
boy. You're a lover boy, man.
Wait.
We see
Well,
right
I'm
through
the,
you.
what is the true me?
You the romantic type. It's just
The
I know.
romantic type.
You're romantic.
That's
you love
what you
hard,
claim.
bro.
Romantic.
Your friends
You love-
and your
hey,
relationship.
You love hard, bro. I like
you love
it though.
hard,
I'm
and you
here for it.
expect.
Fuck you guys.
You
man.
also.
Look, hey, fuck you. Like I'm not the maybe
Deflecting.
No, I'm. Yes, I'm trying to get this situation off of me 100%. I don't want to say like that's not true, but I want to say that not a lot of people deserve that.
Mm.
You know, like
Can you ever see yourself getting married?
like I hope.
Okay.
Like I hope to get married someday. Like I hope to have a kid. Now, honestly thinking, is that going to happen?
Well, what's your one
Probably
thing
not.
that hasn't worked? Like, what do you think it is why it hasn't worked?
Because I'm fucked up.
But how?
Because
You gonna need a minute. No, it's like,
Because I'm serious. Like I'm fucked up in the head. Like legitimately. Like I'm fucked up in the head. We won't get into it.
Yeah.
I mean, Ghost will tell you because Ghost and Andre they're both in my corner, and they both tell me the opposite that I do. But
So do you think that, like, just because you make that excuse that you're fucked up in the head that you're not going to be able to find somebody?
no, but it makes me feel better with the fact that I haven't found somebody.
But what if there's somebody out there that can help you? There's
No.
people that will help.
I hope at some point that there's somebody that can change the philosophy of what I feel.
Mm.
But unfortunately, with what this day and age brings, like, I don't think it's going to happen.
I would say, like, I did, like, a little thing about relationships. Like, everybody comes with baggage. It might be, like, a little handbag, but sometimes people have, like,
I come with a whole
suitcases.
house.
Yeah, it's a
He's rocking this Louis Vuitton full
No.
luggage set.
I'm like Kanye West on the fucking 3-day festival to Dubai. Like,
Oh.
I got 15 baggage of luggage. They're all designer brand. I just got to put that out there.
But you wasn't always like this though.
I wasn't, but unfortunately, that's what I've come to be. You know, and if we want to get into that, like, we can get into that. That, like, when I grew up, right? I grew up in all black neighborhood. I was the only white kid. You know, it was hard finagling that situation. Like, nobody treated me wrong. So don't think it's like, yo, like, oh, being the only white kid in all black neighborhood was bad. It wasn't. I mean, like, yeah, they used to call me names like white bread, Peyton Manny, wheat bread. You know what I'm saying? But it wasn't bad.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, the neighborhood I grew up in was very non-judgmental.
Yep.
It was more like, you grew up with us, you grew up with us. You know what I'm saying? You're down for the struggle as much as anybody with us. But that puts me in a certain demographic, right? That I want to say I'm urban, but I don't look urban. You know,
Okay.
like when you look at me, you'll be like, "Yo, that's a white guy." Yeah. And it's like, yo, like then when I speak, it's like, "Oh, that's not a white guy at all." It's like, yo, even Andre would tell you, like, he'll call me his black brother.
Yeah.
You know,
you blacker than me, bro.
Yeah, you blacker than me.
Because just the demographic I grew up in. But it was always hard.
Yeah.
To try and, figure out where I fit in.
Like your identity.
Exactly. Because here I am being, like, from the outside in, it's like, yo, look at this white guy with these light eyes and this and that. But then it's like when I speak, it's like, yo, like, what's up with him? So it put you at a point. And then at the point of people taking advantage of you, it put you at more of a point where it's like, all right, well, now I got to start protecting my feelings because when I was a kid, I want to grow up to be like Saved by the Bell. I wanted to go to high school. I wanted to fucking, wild out, shit like you saw on TV.
Yeah.
But high school was
You wanna
nothing like
be
what
the
I
Zach
saw.
Morris to my AC Slater.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying?
You're
Like,
Screech.
Whoa,
whoa, whoa,
no,
whoa, whoa, whoa,
no,
whoa, whoa.
no. Get it straight.
No.
Slater over here.
Hey, listen.
You're
If somebody's
Screech.
gonna be Screech, it'd probably be you.
Probably
Exactly.
All right.
but
But
manifest.
it was
Slater.
it was just at the point where, you know, like I never fit in. So then it became the norm of not fitting in.
That's good. I think that's good.
Being
Yeah.
different is good sometimes.
But I don't
Always.
think so.
Why?
Why?
Because people don't look for that.
Yes, they do. They just don't say that they do.
No,
but they
no,
do.
no. But that's the problem.
Maybe you're
People
looking at
people
the wrong
don't say
people.
that they look for that, but they're looking for that in secret. It's like a like again. Shout out to Pride Month. I'm gonna put my Jesus blessing to that. It's like people who are afraid to be gay.
Yeah.
At this point,
Yeah.
you know, like society will accept you for who you are if you're willing to be who you are.
Okay.
You know, like I've never had an issue with a gay person being gay. You're
Yeah.
gay, that's cool.
Yeah.
Just don't put your feelings on me.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
You know, but when it comes to certain things in life, it's like I want to say grown cold to
Because you have a big heart. You have a big heart, and you're just vulnerable.
people yeah. What
What?
you say?
I was just singing along to the thing.
All I'm saying is when I'm looking at you, like really understanding and what you're saying right now, like just from the little bit that you've been talking, right? You don't like. I feel like you just have a misconception of yourself. It's not.
I don't understand myself at points
exactly.
at times.
So that's the
Because I
reason.
sit there and I do some toxic shit, and then I'm like, why am I doing this? But then it's like, nobody cares about me, so why should I care about anybody else?
So when's the last time you've actually like took care and like just talked to yourself out loud?
Every day.
But like seriously, like look at everything and not judge yourself, but just accept it.
This morning.
Like you accepted everything.
Yeah.
I don't believe it.
I accept who I am at this point in life. And
I
I don't
accept
think
the failure. I don't think you accept your greatness.
No.
I was feeling that. I was picking up on that vibe too.
Look. Fuck you, man.
I was picking up on that vibe too. I had to interject
No,
because I was literally thinking the exact same thing.
Okay. Like,
Don't look at your failures and be like, well, I did this
you know,
and did
if
that.
when you put it that way, like I accepted all the flaws in my life.
Okay.
So like, yes, I'm toxic, according to Andre. I'm trash, according to Ghost. And I'm like, you know what? Fuck
What about
it.
according to Ergoff?
But you don't say anything
about according
negative
to
to me.
yourself?
Exactly. I am an encourager. I like to see.
I know,
I
but
build people up.
But this is what I'm saying. Like these guys fill me up. Like literally, I'm talking to Andre last night about. I'm like, I'm going through this situation in life. He's like, don't do it, bro. I'm like, but I want to do it. He's like, don't do it.
He likes to rush.
Like I feel like that dinosaur from fucking Jurassic Park with the big bone head that just puts its head down and fucking runs into shit. And it's like, yo, like that wall's gonna hurt. It's like, fuck it, I got a bonehead, man. Like I'm going.
I could
But-
say so much right now.
What?
I just everything that I'm listening from you.
Go ahead.
I just feel like you gotta appreciate yourself.
No,
It's no. Wait, don't.
So
don't
are you saying he
interject.
should
Okay, I'm
take some
sorry.
time to be
Self care.
Self-love.
Self-care,
That's
yeah.
what I'm saying.
learn about himself a little bit
so
more?
you're saying that people are calling you toxic and you're trash. Okay, what are you gonna do about that? What are your
but-
steps to fix that? Because you're not. You're probably not.
No, I'm not.
He's not.
You know,
not.
Exactly my point.
We do it as a joke.
To be,
Exactly.
to be 100%, like when they call me toxic and trash, I sit there and think about it for a second, and then I'm thinking about like why the
just
fuck
turned
why the
into an
fuck wouldn't
intervention.
I be?
He likes
No, I'm dead serious. Like I'm sitting there, like last night I'm explaining the situation to Andre, and I'm like, I don't think I should do this. And he's like, yeah, you shouldn't. And I'm like, yeah, but I think I should do it anyway.
Yeah.
And
you know what I'm
when
saying?
I call him toxic because he knows better. That's what it is. That's why I call you toxic because you know better.
I call
you're
it,
like, you know what? Fuck it, I'm gonna do it anyway. I'm all like,
I call it self-destruction. You know, like I'm at the point in life where it's like I'm almost 35. Like I don't really have shit going for me, so
I feel like I feel
I'm
like
gonna
I was at I feel like I was at a similar point when it might have not been in life in general, but it was in relationships, and it was like I can't deal with another disappointment, so let me sabotage this before it happens.
I mean, I don't care about the disappointment. I'm just like I'm at the point where it's like I just don't care. You know,
Why? What life is that? What life are you living right now for yourself?
Fuck you, man. Like, why are you laughing at me? Like
I've been told you this. You need some time just to be like, be alone.
Yeah, but I
love yourself.
I don't want to.
But you're not gonna be alone. You're just gonna have the time for yourself.
I don't worry about. Well, actually, I'm lying to you if I say I don't. Like, I worry about being alone. Like that's my biggest fear in life. Like my father, when he died, my father died alone. You know, and one of the things I took away, he died 3 years ago in May.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like he died alone. You know, like granted, I was there, but I wasn't close to his life. And that, you know, like my aunt was there. That's his sister.
Yeah.
You know, like my father was a drug addict. So, you know, he wasn't there. He died alone. You know what I'm saying? Granted, he had family there, but nobody loved him at that point. You know, and that's and I cried to my aunt one night. You know, we talked about crying and shit earlier. I cried to my aunt. I was like, I don't want to die alone.
But you're not.
But I feel like I'm going to end up that way.
I feel like you're trying to get what your dad went through and put it onto you.
No, but
you're holding his baggage for yourself.
But I feel like I'm going to be that way.
But you're not.
If you think that way, it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. And so you're sabotaging yourself.
No. I feel that way because, like, I talk about opening up and being close to somebody, but then I won't trust people.
But you have to. You
I'm
have
the
to.
same
No,
way.
I understand.
really hard
I
to
understand. I
trust.
have to, but I'm a hypocrite.
I know.
I'm definitely
I'm the same way. That's what I'm saying. That's everything that you're saying right now. My dad was never in my life either. I had a whole thing. I'm 23. If nobody know. My dad and my mom are divorced. My dad did my mom very dirty. And my biggest fear in life was I was in Jersey and he was here. I never talked to him, never nothing. My biggest fear was that my dad's going to die and I won't be there. And I never had a relationship with him. That was my biggest fear. And the thing is, like, I had to overcome that. I have to be like, okay, what steps can I do that I can just suck it up and just be like, okay, it's not a comfortable position, but I have to accept the fact that this might happen.
But I did that at first. Right, like when my father passed, like I was hard on it. I was like, I felt like it was my fault. I was like, I don't want to be like him. Like my father was more in my life than my mother, so like
Yeah.
I give him that much. But it just got to the point where it was like, it was hard not to follow in those paths because like I don't trust people.
And you have every right to not trust people. That's the thing. People do you dirty. The thing is that you have to like surround yourself with people that you can maybe start opening up with, you know?
Yeah, like these two.
That's the thing. Like you'll feel it. Like if you feel like I'm very into energy and vibes. I just feel like I know when somebody switches up on me. If I know that like all of a sudden you're laughing like this and then it's off, I'm not my guard.
But that's why I got these two in my life. And like, every time I want to do something, the first thing I do before I do it most of the time is I'll throw it by one of these two. And then they'll fucking be like, oh, don't do it. Don't do it.
Have you been disappointed a lot by people?
Yes.
That's why. That's why
Right.
you're like that. Because people have disappointed you. You have to find
Especially
people.
that guy.
Yeah, I disappoint him a lot.
No.
But I mean,
I'm going to let you take it real quick.
All right, that's cool.
I don't know, man. I feel like
Keep talking. This is a good therapy session.
Right?
Like,
Thank
this
you.
is good. This is good.
I just
Get
feel
him to
like
express himself, open up a little
I like
bit.
this, man.
Yeah.
I love talking about self-help
one would say, maybe he should seek some therapy.
Like, I've been saying that for the longest. And I always try to give him that same energy. I'm like, therapy is good, bro. Even though I don't see a professional therapist, I do my own therapy sometimes. Where I think back at life and I'm like, damn, how about if I'm not here?
Right, exactly.
What can I, like, my dad is going through, he had COVID and then he had pneumonia with it. So I started thinking back and I'm like, God, man, like me and this guy, we never had that great of a relationship. But if he was to leave, I don't know what I would do.
Right.
So the first person I text was Powder. I was like, dude, I don't know, man. He's like, dude, just take a day. I'm like, nah, I got to work. There's too much stuff to get done. Because I put all that baggage on myself and I'm just thinking like, damn, what would life be like without this guy? And I only talk to the guy probably like 4 or 5 times a year. But I'm just like him. Yeah. That's the crazy part. It'd be the people that you don't have anything in common with that's been there all your life that you have the most with.
I feel the same way. I have my dad's personality.
Yeah,
he's a jokester
me too.
And he's like my mom and my sister. I'm not a big astrologist, but they're both Geminis. Yeah. And they're both very hard. Me, I'm very emotional. Yeah. I will like instead of me getting mad and like getting tense, I cry. And that's one of my biggest things that I hate about myself because I don't want to cry. I just want to feel that emotion of being angry. But because of that, my mom and my sister are so hard-headed and they're like, deal with that shit. Yeah. Just do it. And I'm like, no. So that's the main reason why I went into clinical psychology, because people don't understand anxiety or depression and how real that shit is. Yeah. And it's not about like, just clean your hands and just go. Like, life, that's life. No, it's not life. Focus yourself on your energy, on yourself. See what the situation... You're your worst enemy. Yeah. Like... And
I believe that 100%.
I know it to be a fact.
And it's like, that's why I'm saying, like, you are you, living you, doing you. You know what I mean? Like, you're living your life, living your experiences. Only you can feel those emotions, not anybody else. Like, if you say you're sad, I can't feel your sadness. I can't understand it. That's you going through that. So the main reason you have to fix yourself. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but it's only so many people in life that can actually, like, I want to say, sympathize with another person.
But I think it's because it's so taboo. Mental health now is not a big thing.
But sympathizing with another person, like when people tell you something, like, can you sympathize with them? Like, a lot of people like show their like support and like send their regards, but I don't think like people actually like can sit there and say like, I sympathize with you.
But that's why you gotta have
because
the right
I've been
people.
in a similar situation. Like when people tell me shit at work, it's like maybe I've never been there, and it's like I have no idea what you feel like right now. Like the other day, somebody texted me and told me that their dog died. I was like, I have no idea how you feel. Yeah. Because like if I lost my cat, you guys would know how I would feel. Like eventually my cat's gonna pass away. Like I hope I die like a week later. You know, but
Jesus.
But I have a cat too, so I understand that.
Listen, I love cats. Me and my cat is like this. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that's my baby. You know, so I can't imagine life without her. So like when somebody says like I lost my dog or whatever, it's like I can't even begin to fathom how you feel. Like I know if I would feel, I would be devastated on the verge of like suicide. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I don't want to be like my deepest condolences. Like I'm so sorry.
I don't know what to do.
But it's like, to be honest with you, like to be honest, like I don't know how I would feel right now.
That's why I don't hug.
But I'm just saying in general, like when it comes to something, when it
weird, amazing.
Man. I don't hug.
But when it comes to something like that, like I don't know how you feel. Yeah. So I can't comment. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm so sorry that you're going through this.
I've found in my years of life, sometimes, or at least for me, and I started putting it into practice, you don't have to say anything. You don't have to have the answer.
No.
You just have to be there and support.
But you got to say something.
No, you don't.
I mean, maybe not like something in substance, but like, hey, I'm sorry. I'm sorry to hear what happened to you. Because if you don't text somebody or at least like reach out to them, then they think you're insensitive.
Well, yeah, like a simple like I'm so sorry for your loss.
Yeah.
But in regards to like actually sympathizing for somebody, like death itself, there, like I don't know, there's 5 stages of grief. I don't know what each 5. I know it's like denial and like anger. I don't know all the
bargaining.
5.
And then
Has anybody
acceptance is
has anybody here experienced a recent death?
Yes.
Yes.
Like my father died 3 years ago, and like I was there when he died, so he was in hospice, and they called me while I was at work. They're like, "Your father got moved to hospice. He may have 24 to 48 hours."
Wow.
All right, cool. I left work. I went to hospice. He didn't die that night. That next morning, I went home, gathered what things I had, and was like, all right, I'm going to be there. He didn't die for 4 days. Like, I don't know if you had anybody in hospice, but it's not exactly an ideal location to die. Like, they starve the bodies. They don't give them nutrients, and they hope that, eventually the body just gives up.
Mm-hmm.
So he died, 4 days into it. And it is very hard to cope with the fact that, there's a lot of shit going on,
So why don't you want to see a therapist? Because that sounds like it's like a lot of the root of the issue.
Because to be honest with you, like nobody understands.
No.
I'd be honest. Like I'm being completely 100% honest. Like I blame myself for my father's death.
You don't have to.
No.
I know.
But it's not like anybody can say that because they're trying to help you.
Yeah.
Right? But the fact of the matter is my father was in medical care for months. They said he had cancer. And I was like, yeah, whatever. He had cirrhosis of the liver before, whatever. My father's just going through what he goes through. Me and my father were never tight. We were way more closer than my mom, but not tight. So I was like, yeah, whatever. When it's terminal, let me know. So one day, mom's like, your father's terminal. All right. Time to man up and go to the hospital.
Yeah.
So I go to the hospital. He's asleep. And I'm sitting there, and I'm sitting there while he's sleeping. I'm just sitting there. He wakes up. He sees me. I'm like, hey, what's up? Like, I guess he had been asking everybody for me to show up. So I show up, and I'm like, hey, I'm here, blah, blah, blah. We have that conversation of, I'm here. And then when I go to leave, I'm like, stop giving the fucking nurses a hard time. Because they're like, he's shitting in his fucking pants. They got to clean it and this and that. And so when I go to leave, he's like, I love you. And I just look at him and I'm like, all right, I'll see you later. Like, I didn't have the nerve to say it. That was a Saturday. I come to see Andre afterwards. I'm like, yo, my father's in the hospital. I don't know how to act. We went and did whatever the fuck we did. That Sunday I go to work. I get a call. Your father signed all the hospice papers. He's in hospice. So whatever happened Saturday, he signed his life away. He was ready to die.
Mm.
I get to hospice. He was unconscious.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So I sat there from that Sunday night to the Thursday night that he died. And I don't remember till that Thursday morning when I held his hand and I was like, it's time for you to go. Because he would be so fucked up off they was giving so many painkillers and shit that he would wake up and be like, water. Like that's all he could think of because they weren't giving him any nutrients.
Mm-hmm.
They literally let you sit there in hospice or let your body like whittle away. So the nurses would kick me out once a day and I would go to the Walmart across the street from the hospital, do some shopping and come back. And if you don't know me, like the one thing I do when I'm in a bad mood or I shop. I opened the Amazon Prime account. That's how I got my Amazon Prime account, because my father was in the hospital. That's how I got my Amazon Prime account. I got my Amazon credit card. I was sitting there buying shit. I was going to Walmart. I was buying shit. And then like that Thursday, I was like, yo, it's time for you to go home. Go see your mom. You go see your dad. And literally, like, I went to sleep at 11:20, and at 11:50 they woke me up and told me he passed away. You know what I'm saying? Like that shit. Like, I don't even know how we got on this conversation, but that shit is life changing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because like I told him it was time for him to leave, and he left. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't change that. But then it fucked me up in life. You know, because now I look at it as life. Like, my father died alone. Like, granted, I was there because he had a kid. You know, he had a sister.
Yeah.
My aunt was there.
Yeah.
You know, my father got 2 other brothers that weren't there when he died. They came to visit before he died, but they weren't there when he died. It was my aunt and me. You know, he died with his eyes open. Like I can't forget that shit. Like, that shit's like fucking like mind blowing. But it's like, why would you want to be there? Like, why would I want to fucking die alone? Like, that shit haunts me to this day. You know what I'm saying? So like fuck what you say about like this and that. Like, I don't want to die alone, but I also don't want to die with the wrong people around me.
Yeah. That's true.
You know? So, like, it's hard to believe somebody when they're like, oh, I'm in this about you. And it's like, no, you just lying. You know, because that, to me, that's the current age and time. Like, people just lie.
Well, that's always a gift. I feel like that's always. But I feel like you just have a lot of. You're putting a lot of blame on yourself that's not necessary, and
I don't know.
Shows.
My aunt tells me that every day.
You don't have to.
But it's my fault that he died.
But it's not like you didn't give him cancer.
No,
you didn't give him cirrhosis.
But you know what? I didn't.
What?
But I always hold in my heart that my man looked at me before I walked out that room. He was like, listen, I love you.
Yeah. You didn't say I love you back.
And I looked at him and was like, all right, I'll see you later. No. You can't. It's been 3 years.
Yeah.
You can say whatever you want to me. Just like again, my aunt all the time tells me it's not your fault. But my man didn't give up his fight for life until I showed up for work. Like, I showed up, I was there. That afternoon, he signed the hospice papers.
But you don't know his reasons.
No, I don't. And I don't know what he went through, and it could have been hard. But to me, like, I always hold that.
So, have you ever been? You've been sick. I've been sick chronically. You ever get tired and just get tired of going to the doctor and getting tired?
No, but that happened to me again in 2008 when Andre and Chewy took me to the hospital when my fucking pancreas was at the point where it's about ready to explode.
Right, and you get tired of fighting, right?
And they fought for me to get seen by a doctor because the doctor wasn't going to see me.
But don't you get tired of pain and
don't believe me, I'm with you 100%. Like, I know, like, the listeners can't see me, but I have that cross tattooed on my arm for a reason, right? Like, I should have died in that hospital. You know, like, it should have been no reason why I walked out of the hospital alive. Like, I should have just fucking croaked and been it. But God had a reason for me to continue life. Whether it was like me telling him in my head, granted, I was doped up off Dilaudid. So Dilaudid is like synthetic heroin. So you only know what synthetic heroin does to you, but it was at the point where I was like I could do better in life. And for a while I was doing until maybe the past year. And then I just started getting toxic again.
He was never toxic.
Before we just keep going because this could be month-long
No,
therapy session. I'm
Right.
going to say this. You have to understand, you just said, you mentioned God, so that means you probably believe in a higher power. You don't have the power of life and death. So I think you're being completely irrational saying your dad died because of you, because you don't hold the power of anybody's life or death unless you take a life, murder.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, you don't hold the power of life and death over anybody.
it doesn't.
I'm going to put this into perspective. I recently just lost my grandmother, and she lives in Peru. I haven't seen my grandmother 3 years, probably more. And because of COVID, we were supposed to go over there, but the border shut down. My mom and seeing how my family dealt with grief, my grandmother was the heart of my family. That like, she was everything. My mom talked to her every single day. So my mom now going through, it's been maybe a year now. She still deals with it. Death is something that it's hard to get over, and it's hard to cope with unless you have to actually pin it down. And I keep saying that to my mom too, because my mom, I know, is depressed at this moment in time. She doesn't want to believe it, and she's distracting herself going like, I'm going to go out and go drink and this and that, like not like irrationally, but I can see she's distracting herself from the actual reality of she needs to just talk about that she no longer has her mother in her life, nobody to call and tell her what happened during the day. Like, I know that hurts her. It hurts me. It hurts me that I can't talk to my grandmother and I didn't speak to her for 3 years. I couldn't even go see her. So that pain, I understand. The thing is, I can't do anything about what I did. What I can do is keep a memory. I can keep my grandmother's life and her celebration and her emotions with me and my family. I can celebrate her. You know what I mean? So I feel like for you have a lot of like self-loathing, and you're mixing it with different components.
I can't. Like to be honest with you, like I can't.
It's okay. It's
No,
not
like
right now.
literally, like my aunt for 3 years has been like, like when it happened, she was like, "Don't take it on you. Don't take it personal." But it's like I can never not. So unfortunately,
It's okay.
it is what it
I think the
is.
consensus is, man, go see a therapist.
Yeah.
Yes.
But I thought we had one.
No,
okay.
No, no,
What
no.
is
We
the
had
difference
two.
between a
No,
therapist?
without us being
No.
occupational psychology.
You need an actual
Occupational
therapist,
psychology, I don't know.
like somebody that
I
doesn't
think
know me.
psychology
Somebody
goes
doesn't
more
know
into
you.
death. They're licensed.
Okay.
And they know more about disorders and mental diseases other than a therapist. Therapist is more of talk therapy.
Okay.
Not just a person just
My
sitting there
my
and
doctor
just,
says my doctor says I have depression, but she's like, you're the happiest depressed person I've ever seen.
And that's
Yeah, you're
usually
pretty happy.
And I'm like, yeah,
that is
man,
so
I'm
common.
good.
It's
Yeah.
so common.
So, all right, so I'm gonna switch the subject
Yeah.
to
It's a good
we're
therapy
gonna
session,
get
man.
away for the therapy session.
I'll be back.
So Ergoff brought some beard topics to the table. Like I'm gonna
So
completely,
let me get this straight. He disappears to go launch a beard business,
and then comes back with beard topics.
and then now all of a sudden we were going to stop talking. We're going to
Andre.
start a very good therapy session to talk about beards and push his product.
Andre,
Listen,
fuck you.
hey,
I
hey,
appreciate your entrepreneurial spirit.
hey, obviously my problems is deeper than rap. So ask Rick Ross
Listen,
about that.
as I elevate, so shall all of us.
Okay.
So Ergoff, tell us about some of the beard topics you got. Like we know you don't launch South Beach Beard. SouthBeachBeard.com is in effect right now. If you want that premium oil, and it's the only beard oil on the market with keratin in it.
Yes, sir.
And if you don't know keratin, that's what they use in the Brazilian blowouts. It's a hair
essential.
straightener.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So when you get a Brazilian blowout, even if you got like real curly Hispanic hair, like it'll get your shit straight. That's why you
and
see
it'll
a lot
protect
of
it too.
yeah.
Makes
So I
sense.
just need to rub
so
keratin into my afro. Just-
Listen, keratin is definitely a hair essential if you want straight hair.
Indeed.
Is keratin the same thing as creatine?
No.
That's what I was thinking.
Absolutely not.
Creatine is what people with steroids and junkies take, so they can like swell up with water weight. It's a weight. It's different. So my man had a couple topics. He was like, "How do we feel about a beard and makeup?"
No. It was two different things.
All right,
So
all right, go
first
ahead.
off, men in makeup.
Okay.
Because
in
they
makeup?
do have that. Have you heard the war paint?
No.
You've never heard of war paint?
No.
So it's essentially makeup for men, but it's
Makeup for men.
Yeah.
I'm
Men
gonna,
wear
I'm-
makeup?
I'm gonna completely deny
do?
the fact of.
No,
No.
we.
If you on TV, I understand.
Yeah.
No.
In everyday life, you wear.
There's some guys that do.
Whoa.
So before we get into that, how do you feel about women in makeup?
Well, you already know how I feel. Just be your natural self.
Ooh.
I don't
You-
like.
You,
I'm not.
you want the
Yeah, I just
natural.
want all
you want
natural.
the chick riding the zebra
Yeah.
straight from
straight from Zamanda.
Zumanda.
Yep.
Give me some perfect little
No.
cattails?
cattails on
No.
the eyes, and I'm woo,
When I wake up in the morning,
son.
you're beautiful to me. So I
you're
need you
beautiful
to act.
however you come.
Yes.
So if my thing is, I want you happy and I want you to feel your most confident. So if you're most confident with makeup on, then wear makeup. If you're most confident without makeup on, then but whatever. I want to be able to see that confidence, and I want you to be able to navigate the world
I never saw
however
it like
you
that.
see fit.
I feel like
Huh.
people don't understand the deeper root of what makeup is for. Like, okay, it goes for both men and women because I took a psychology of women and it talks about sexism and it talks about stereotypes and all of this stuff. Consensus, men and women are the same emotionally. It's just society that puts this gender role on both of us. And
We talked about that one day.
yeah. But so basically, I think what I know is women and men, but I'm going to talk about women. They have such a high standard of looking a certain way, mostly in American society, because in different societies it's completely different.
Mm-hmm.
But American society, you will look back at like women in the 50s and they had the girls.
But isn't most makeup made like in Paris?
Well, it's an American society. Like they're, you're gonna it's a business at the end of the day.
European, yeah.
So
It migrated.
Europeans selling to Americans.
European courtesans like kind of cornered the market on
Mm-hmm.
early beauty.
But
And then more recently,
I was
Asian
just
beauty's
wondering.
picking up
I
because
was just
of-
asking a question.
Oh, okay.
I'm sorry.
I didn't know if you wanted a legitimate answer.
No,
to the
I was
question.
sorry.
Thank you.
Asking legit.
Right, because my man Andre be coming with the smarts. With
I
the
know,
books.
man. I just be looking at it like,
I have
"God
never.
damn, boy, that
I
boy,
mean, this man. And listen, it's to the point to where I don't even question it because I know he knows
Wait.
what the fuck. he's
The
talking
question
about.
is, how you know so much about makeup?
He knows about everything. Literally, if he
Are you an
speaks,
anthropologist?
No, I
You
just
should have been.
I just watch a lot of stuff.
Do you
like
watch Explained?
What's
on
your dream
Netflix?
job? Like, if you could have any
Should be
job
an
in the world.
anthropologist.
my dream job.
Do you want to be a midwife?
No, my dream job.
the fuck?
That'd be kind of cool.
It would be.
That'd be kind of cool.
That would absolutely ruin it for me.
I would. My dream job would be the consultant idea guy. Like people hire me to come in, stimulate.
Like Kevin
ideas.
Samuels? He's an image consultant.
This is more like a solutions consultant. Like I have a jack. It's like a jack of all trades. So
Yeah,
they bring you
but
in to
what
get a fresh-
trades do you jack off?
I jack off all the trades, but I have expertise in a lot of different things. So
All right, so back to the makeup. Back to the makeup.
Continue, honeybee.
No, I feel like it's just a very big. It's a lot of like self-confidence issues. They put women at such a high standard. Thin waist, like I body dysmorphia is such a real thing in women and men. And people don't know about it. You can look at yourself in the mirror and think you're extremely fat, but you weigh 110 pounds.
But all right, so I got a
That's
question.
psychological.
I got a question. Is it wrong that I like women in heels versus women in flat shoes?
No, that's your preference. People have preferences.
But when I tell females that, they tend to get the wrong idea.
See, it's just about confidence and how, like, at the end of the day, it's yourself. Again,
so
it's
so
yourself.
as a female, what do you think heels do for you?
I think personally, I love my heels. I work in a business, like a corporation job, so I have to wear professional clothing, and I love heels. Is it for anybody else? No, it's for me. I personally prefer heels when working. I think it's just fun. I mean, it's fashion.
To me, and again, this is very chauvinistic, but like to me, like women always seem to look a little better in heels.
It's your,
You know,
it's your preference.
but in my preference. But when I tell women that, they're like, "Oh, well, it's not for everybody."
The thing
and
is
for
how you
this and
come
that."
across it. If you're coming across as a douchebag and you're like,
But-
"Oh, you
but
gotta
okay.
wear heels all the time,"
But so what
be like, "Fuck you."
what is the proper way of coming across with that?
be like,
Buy him some heels.
"Yeah,
no, but even if
you could do that."
even
I'm
if
like, "Yeah."
even if you buy him heels and you're saying like heels, you know,
You
like
can't
heels turn me
force-
on a little more, this and that, like they still come across
You
like.
can't force your preference on somebody that doesn't
So
want to change.
is that at the point where you walk away?
If you're forcing me to do something that I don't do on my own, or if I feel like, say, you like the heels, if I know that, I will probably wear heels because I want to make you happy. It's a relationship.
So if you express your
Oh
interest-
shit!
no,
I'm just thinking about a bedroom right now.
No, I was just looking.
I'm just because I'm going by previous experiences of relationships. Like
It's wrong people.
no. I'm just
how to
saying
ask
like
the question, or-
in general, like when it comes to women, like I'm more of a I want to say ass man than a front.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
And to me, it's like heels always accentuate the back part of a woman. I'm trying to be respectful.
No, yeah, I
because I got
understand.
a woman in the building. So it's like when I'm like, hey, you should wear heels because, you know, like not only do heels show off, like they make you flex your muscle in your calves and make your legs more defined, but they actually like it'll build more muscle in your back. So if you don't have like that much of an ass, like you'll get a little more just by wearing heels in a period. You know what I'm saying? Like we're talking about basic stuff here. So like when I'm like I like a woman in heels, and then we go out on dates and they show up in flats. It's like, all right, well, you obviously pay no fucking
That's not
attention
what
to
it
me,
is.
No.
That's
no whatsoever.
That's not what it is.
But
You're an individual that takes pride in your appearance, and when you're bringing someone who you're escorting out someplace and they don't make the best effort in their appearance, you are judging them
I'm
for it.
sorry, like it
That's
may
what
it,
it is.
it may sound super fucked up, but like,
How are we back into therapy? I thought
No,
we were talking
no,
about
no.
makeup and beard.
yeah,
Thank
but this is makeup. Like I feel like a woman looks more sexier in heels.
That's your preference.
But,
the thing
okay.
is, you can't force it on
Okay,
it.
so
Say
like
it once,
so
and if she listens,
okay.
then she'll do
So
it.
like women that don't wear heels in front of me, even though I expect it, shouldn't be my type,
Right.
Okay.
right?
Yes.
Like
because
okay,
you can't
so
force them to do it.
so we can all agree to that. Like women who don't wear heels, that I want them to wear heels,
What
aren't my
about her
type.
opinions?
What?
What about her?
But that's what I'm
opinions?
saying. Like if a woman had a certain opinion about me, like I would listen
Maybe
to it.
she's like self-conscious about being taller than you. Have you ever thought? Like I personally, I get self-conscious about being taller. I'm 5'5", so if I wear like 4 or 5 inch heels, I'm probably taller than the average height man. And usually that's what happens. So
Yeah,
I
but-
get self-conscious about
But
being
you
taller.
get self-conscious, but again, does the guy?
That's my point.
Yeah.
How do I know? How do I
But
know if I'm going
but
on a blind date?
if you were dating a guy and the guy encouraged you to wear heels,
Then all for it.
Okay,
That's because
but-
he's saying it.
but that's what
But
I'm
don't
saying.
force
so
it on
so
me.
but again, like I don't enforce anything on a woman. You know what I'm saying? Like no, don't
I'll
laugh.
be good and damn.
Don't
This
laugh.
motherfucker took a turn, didn't he?
Y'all laughing like I'm not
You know what we're
enforcing.
thinking about, man.
I don't enforce nothing.
Uh-huh.
But like when I sit there and like say we go out and I see a chick in heels and she looks right, and I see another chick in heels, he looks right, and then the chick I'm going out with is always wearing flat shoes.
But are you thinking more sexually or are you thinking mentally? Like, what is your
Sexually.
preference of your? If
It's always sexual.
if it's about
Sexually.
the physical, it makes sense why your relationships don't last because you're just thinking about physical.
But don't you
Like-
got to have a
Back
mix?
into
But don't you got to have a
therapy
mixture
My
of both?
I mean, yeah, but if you're
if I'm mentally attracted to you, but then like physically you don't show the attributes.
Powder, may I ask you a question?
Okay.
Do you expect her to be in heels every day?
No. I don't expect that. But what I'm saying is like don't shy at me when I fucking cop a glance over there or over here because she looks right in heels.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like if you come out, if we go somewhere, like say I take you out to dinner.
Toxic. Yeah.
No.
Toxic, right?
I see it now.
I
see it now.
Believe me. What? No, well, I'm saying like I've already admitted to being toxic, so like I don't need you motherfuckers to tell me I'm toxic.
Yes,
but I'm
boss.
saying like if I'm sitting there and I'm like and I'm dating a chick, like I want her to look right, but I also want her to look sexy at certain points where it's like you're irresistible. But if you're always coming out in like regular clothes.
What do you expect when you get married and you have a wife and you have a mother? Is it, like she's not going to wear heels?
Not
Have
all
you
the
seen
time,
pregnant
but
women
not
and
all.
wearing
But
flats?
again, like there's
How are you gonna deal
there's
with
a
that?
reason, and you know hopefully a resolution to all these things.
The resolution is this. I can go ahead and tell you.
I'm not talking about. No, I don't want to know your resolution. My resolution is this: you're pregnant, you can't wear heels. I understand. You're having a baby, you can't wear heels. I understand. But we're two like single people. We're going out on a Tuesday night and I took my time to get dressed and you couldn't wear heels.
So we're back to the point I made of you taking pride in your appearance and the person you're escorting doesn't.
Yeah.
You're taking it as a personal affront.
But that's
All right,
but that's what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is like if a chick told you she had a preference for something, you know what I'm saying? Like no matter what, that would be in the back of your head. So you knew if it was a Friday night, you was trying to entice her to a point, and you knew she had a fix. You may or may not play on it.
My solution is going to help you, so you might want to listen.
Let's go.
The solution is this. If she doesn't care enough to give you that on occasion, then
it
she's
don't
not
work,
for
right?
you.
But
Right, you should end it.
but that's exactly my point.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
move
Like,
on.
okay,
She is not for
but
you.
I'm saying, but heels would be the same thing as makeup. So like, if I was dating a chick and I told her like I really like eye makeup, like I really think eye makeup really sets me off. And she never wore eye makeup. You know, what am I supposed to do at that point?
You break up because she's not your type.
You know what I'm saying? Like you may be a great person, but then
testosterone is talking.
but maybe
Sexism is
but, hey,
talking.
maybe
right now.
either I'm not denying either or the
Generations of
fact.
men being
I'm not
dominant is
I'm
talking
not
right
denying either of the fact. I'm just saying that like we all have certain fixes that turn us on, whether they're in public
I think you need
or
an
in the
independent
bedroom.
boss woman to whip you into shape. To be honest,
He's had a boss woman whip him into shape before.
You need someone to smack you around. Honestly.
That was way long time ago.
shit.
That was a long time ago.
Shit, that sounds interesting to me too, and I'm sensitive.
No, that was way long time ago. I'm
Boss lady
saying
had you on that leash.
No,
not
no,
literally,
no,
not
no.
my types of leashes.
no,
But
no,
Okay,
she
candle wax.
no, she did not. It never got to the candle wax process.
Hey,
No, I'm just saying in general though. Like
That's
we
your
all
preference.
we all
Yeah.
like what we like.
yes, we do.
And if you express that with your significant other or your love interest at time,
Yeah.
and they don't, take it into account, like to me that's like all right, like I like this.
In all seriousness, I did have this come up in a relationship one time. I dated this chick, and she did not. And there's a difference between being junky and dirty. She kept a dirty house, like it was filthy. And I mentioned, I was like, that is a turnoff. Like I need, And so I think if you communicate these things, and then she said, okay, I'm going to make a better effort, or you don't, then at that point, it should be, okay, listen, we've talked about it. I told you, I've expressed to you that I like this. You're still not doing it. So,
yeah, but you're talking about dirty. I'm talking about the way you
okay,
present
so
yourself.
you could do the same thing. Like,
Yeah, but
a dirty body,
but-
dirty house, like whatever.
Then don't go to her house no more.
Okay, so then
Like
don't.
damn, like that's
Oh.
easy.
No, it's not easy.
If you a grown man, that's easy. Don't go to
That's
her house no
absolutely
more.
not easy because
Who agrees?
If she's the one,
Yeah, but if she's the one,
we're
then,
gonna work it out.
exactly.
Thank
We're gonna
you.
clean together.
Exactly.
Wow.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's exactly.
Yeah.
Look,
what you need to
Ghost
do.
getting
hold on,
points.
no. It's not incumbent upon me to
Go-
help
go-
somebody
go-
clean
go-
their
that's-
house.
That's like
No,
telling your
not
girl.
that.
It's a subtle
Hey,
thing, right?
go-
Like,
subtle thing.
hey.
you turned it into like a okay.
No,
like,
no, no,
yeah, I
no,
wish this was a
no,
little
no.
cleaner.
I agree with him on the aspect. Like, I couldn't move a chick like that in my house if she was being dirty.
But you can work to the. You can progress.
Why is she being dirty? There's
Yeah, you
a
can
there's
progress.
a mental aspect to it.
yeah,
I'm
but
telling you, like,
maybe that's just the person. Like
Everybody's
me,
clean
me
is not the same
personally,
clean.
like,
Maybe
like no, no,
that's
no,
not
no, no,
something
no,
I'm
no.
ready to
Like,
deal with.
like
and
me,
you don't
me,
have to.
Right.
me,
I'm not
me,
the parent.
me personally, like I like a clean house. Like
Me
I
too.
clean my
Of
house
course.
regularly.
Yeah.
But there is some nights where I get home from work and I'm just fucking done with the day, and I throw my clothes on the floor and I
yeah.
take a
Yeah.
shower.
We all do.
That's why I
Hey,
said there's
hey,
a difference
but-
between
it was
being
like
junky
hoarding.
Listen,
and dirty.
It turns
hoarding.
it turns in
Not
2 or
even-
3
it's
days.
just dirty. Like
Yeah,
you're gonna
that
leave
happens.
half-eaten food on the table for
Yeah,
a couple
man.
of
Oh
days.
yeah, no,
that's
dirty.
just like
That's dirty.
mannerism at that point. It's just like,
Yeah, that's dirty. That's not messy. I can deal with messy. Messy is fine.
Yeah.
Dirty is a different thing in and of itself.
What? So my last ex was like that. Was super dirty.
Yeah, no.
His family was hoarders, to be honest. But his room was, he never invited me into his room because of how dirty it was.
Mhm.
This kid had clothes piled up probably for years.
Ooh.
Years. And I, at the time, like we were first dating and I really liked him, like everything that he was.
Yeah.
I didn't know this aspect of him. So, I mean, because of how much I loved him, I took 2 days out of my own life and legit cleaned his room.
Yeah.
Cleaned it. I cleaned it for him.
Do it together.
And guess what? He appreciated
Appreciate
it. He took me out, and after that, he became a new person.
Mhm.
I mean, he was still kind of fucking dirty, but like it wasn't
To that aspect.
right. Exactly. Sometimes people
Probably
need a
would've
push.
stuck if you did it in a little outfit
Right,
and stuff.
right.
Just-
Sometimes you just need a push or something.
Well, I feel like, and I mean, I didn't get to finish the story, but like I had mentioned it, I had done it. You know, she had
Oh.
examples of me being clean at my house, and like there would be times like if she came over and I was waiting on her to get ready, I'd just clean up real quick, spot clean something, wash the dishes, throw some in the dishwasher, something like that, and then I come back and it's exactly the same way, and I wouldn't even like, because obviously I'm not her parents or nothing. I'd just be like, is this not like uncomfortable for you? Like, there's flies in the house, like, stuff like that, but not necessarily trying to,
Flies.
well, food attract flies.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So, again, without, but it just didn't work because I knew that the compatibility
Hey,
wasn't there.
You
Yeah.
you want to know a quick funny story before I cut you off and go into some other shit?
yeah, we can definitely
Because that's
do
what
that,
I do,
'cause that
right?
was it.
Hey, no,
You
no,
sure
no,
do.
no. Listen, that's just what I do.
You're trash,
So,
bro.
so
I like it.
look, I'm trash. I'm toxic. I'm not fit for a stable relationship. I have a lot of mental issues I'm still trying to overcome. Like,
and we still love you.
but I'm okay with this. But anyway, listen, you got to accept you for who you are. So one time I went on a date with a chick, right? And this was when I lived in Miami. She lived in Coconut Creek. So if you don't know Coconut Creek, it's just a little north of like Fort Lauderdale. So I go to pick her up, right? And she lived in this like, it was a little neighborhood. It wasn't like that big of a deal, but it was a regular house. Like if I had to appraise the house at that point, it would probably have been like maybe 150,000. But there was a fucking Dodge Viper in the parking lot,
Oh, wow.
or in the like the half C circular garage, the driveway, the fucking Dodge Viper.
Yep.
Dodge Viper, and $100,000 car, probably costs as much as the house. So I pick her up. We go to Flanagan's, and I'm like, "Yo, what's up with the Dodge?" in the fucking. She's like, "Oh, that's my dad's car." I'm like, "All right, well, You know, you want to inebriate? Like, how your dad got $100,000 car and $150,000 house? You know what I'm saying? Like, and she was like, well, my grandmother died, which was her dad's mom, and he got the insurance settlement, which was like $100,000. Yeah. So he took the $100,000 and bought the car.
Yeah, that made a lot of sense.
I was like, what a dumb bitch.
That's a broke man mentality there.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, you can't fix stupid. And I'm gonna leave it at that.
Very true.
Like, maybe you can look at me and be like, yo, you can't fix stupid, and look at me, and then we're gonna move on. So I'm gonna give y'all a Patreon exclusive, right? Oh. So like for our Patreon listeners, they listen, and this is the exclusive stuff that you don't get on regular podcasts. So you can be as open or not as open as you want. Where the hell is the topic, man?
They were putting it in the chat.
I thought you did too, but all I'm seeing is these pictures of fucking Lamar Odom of you.
No. That was all it was about.
All right. I mean, that's mostly the podcast there.
Yes.
So, I mean, if you didn't get the Patreon exclusive, that's cool. You know, you can pay $5 a month and listen to it. I mean, it was very entertaining.
Yeah.
It was.
I got the title for this week's episode.
You always got a title. Yeah. The last title was like the crew talk sex work.
Yeah. This one's gonna be Powder Gets Therapized.
Yes.
You know, fuck you guys. Like for real.
It's a good title.
No. Because no.
Powder
Because
gets therapy. No.
Because
you get therapized because we're just throwing therapy at you.
Because look, this is what I'm talking about. This motherfucker gets me therapy on a regular. This motherfucker gives me therapy on a regular. You give me therapy today, and you're pretty cool.
Hey, I feel like
you mean an enabler. That's what we call an enabler.
Hey, listen.
People who love you are going to challenge you, okay?
I call a spade, but I'm not going to beat them over the head.
Why is always the blame on me and not on everybody else?
Because we use your life as our entertainment.
But how come I can't?
We do. I tell them every day.
But how come I can't be the nice, lovable type that just keep getting taken advantage of in life?
You probably are. I think that's what I see you as.
You know
seem
what
like
I'm saying?
A really good guy. You just had a lot of shit happen to you.
Yeah, like why can't I be the nice guy? Like for once. Shut up. You know what I'm saying? Like you guys always paint.
You're very frequently nice to me.
Yeah, but I'm saying, but
these two conversation where I shouldn't do this thing. I know it's a bad idea. Yeah, you're right. That is a bad idea. You shouldn't do that thing. I'm just gonna go ahead and do this thing anyway. I think that's why. And that's why you're toxic.
But I'm saying
that's why you're trash.
But I'm saying if I'm put in these situations where it's like, hey, lose or lose a little less. Like, why don't I just lose a little less? You know, lose or lose with benefits. Hey, what do you want to be, friends or friends with benefits, right? Like, if I'm going to lose, I'm going to lose with some type of benefits.
I'm done with your toxic ass today.
I'm sorry.
Enough of you.
Hey, but it's a great episode 20, right?
Yeah.
So we appreciate everybody today. We appreciate Honeybee for showing up and putting me in my place. You know, it's always cool. Like, I don't care, you know, except when he doesn't.
That's fine.
Because he gives me that, we've been down for 20 years shit. 20 years. 20
Are you
years.
trying to say I'm using our 20-year relationship to emotionally manipulate you into doing things that are for your benefit?
Yes.
Okay.
But then he's like, I'm an enabler. Or he called you an enabler, but really he's the enabler. Because he knows for a fact, he tells me not to do something, I want to do it.
I do know that. That's why I'm cautious what I tell you to not
do.
do.
That's why Ghost is moving up into the number 2 spot.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Now you motherfuckers can fight it out.
Okay.
But we apprright everybody for tuning in.
You down?
Please tune into the Patreon for the exclusive content for that good shit. And then we'll be back next week and we'll hit you with a peace.
Peace.